Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. These are the Charles Perry Stalker Podcasts. It is May 2nd, 2023. Here's the disclaimer. We assert all constitutional rights, especially but not limited to equal protection against misogyny. This connecting the dots is what police are supposed to do for stalking victims, and use of technology shows the hacking that they do. Mr. Perry does a lot more than that. He traffics humans. He sells people, starves us. He's about to go to jail, him and Calvin. We can get information, and we have for now 13 years, every day, all day long, as to what crime he's planning next. I guess today it was, we got to get rid of our bank account. She could still use a prepaid card to pay for Trello. You don't like Trello? What's your deal with Trello, and what concern is it of yours? Nobody can know that I use Trello. And I mean, I've said it before, but it's been a while that I still use Trello, unless you have hacked me. So you couldn't know where I am. You couldn't know what I'm doing unless you're a peeping Tom. You can't get a date. You gotta watch TV and pretend you're that pathetic. It doesn't concern you. Simply doesn't concern you. So you guys are calling all around you can't get anything out of London. You're calling all around trying to figure out who's helping me catch you. Because I'm quoting you about the bank accounts and the prepaid cards and the Trello. When you get into my privacy, they get into yours. He said in March 2020, that's enough. You're not to invade her privacy anymore. You're not to contact her or her family at all in any way, shape, or form. Directly or indirectly, again, not ever. Charles, you creep me the fuck out. You're weirdo. I mean, you're weirdo. Weirdo. It's embarrassing. It's so fucking embarrassing. Why aren't you embarrassed? You embarrass the hell out of everybody else. So everybody's sick of feeling creeped out by y'all, all of you, and pissed off because of what you're putting me through. So we don't have problems getting information. And you don't get that. You're stupid. You don't get it. It's been that way every day for 7 years. Repeat for you guys. So we got that. Because Mr. Perry menaces and pesters and bothers and menaces and pesters and bothers and menaces and pesters and bothers and menaces constantly. Fucking never leaves me the fuck alone. I moved twice not to have to hear what he thinks. Twice. Or how he feels, or what he needs. He needs a lie. He got caught on the affidavit. I found out about the affidavit before he did he's trying to do a second false arrest over the past 3-4 weeks at my club and in other places. He's really trying to do a second false arrest, at which time he thinks he's going to sit me down and force me to sign an affidavit he wrote. It's his words, not mine. I don't want to sign his words. He can sign his words. I want to sign my words. So but the thing is, I wasn't supposed to know about all this. It's easier to pull something like that off if it's a surprise. All of a sudden I'm handcuffed, thrown in the back of a patrol car, read my rights or whatever, maybe not, and thrown into a room. And he walks in. You're going to sign this. Here's what you're going to sign it, or you're going to jail. You're going to lie for me, or you're going to rot in jail. This is a lie. Here's my lie. I want you to sign the lie, or you're going to go to jail. I said, no, I'm not signing your words. You sign your words. He's going to create extreme... this is illegal, by the way. He acts like he doesn't know that. Mr. Perry, the reason we can get information and you can't is because you plan stuff like that. I found out before. You're mentally retarded. You don't know what it means that we have that before. That's what our shrink said. You have Huntington's disease. It causes impaired cognitive reasoning. You don't have a fucking idea. You can tell. You have no fucking idea what I'm saying right now. You have no fucking idea what it means that I have that now. You haven't done it yet. I have it before, not after. So we're able to prove malicious intent and premeditation to your attempt to tamper with a witness and coerce a change in testimony. And that's highly illegal. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513 does apply. So you're in a lot of trouble. You're up shit creek. It's just you're stupid. You don't know everybody's sick of being creeped out by you all the time and pissed off because you badger and badger and badger and bully and bully and bully and pester and pester and pester and menace, and everything's a thing and everything's a problem and everything's an ordeal and I'm always broke and everybody's mad. Deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce. Interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. Grand larceny with intent to coerce, Calvin. Did it again tonight. We know it was you. We heard somebody yelling at you. Please stop doing that to her. Please stop fucking doing that to her. Because I'm getting quoted too, and I don't really think that's funny. And I'm not stupid. So, there's that. Charles is typing in my phone. Go work, go work. Which one? The club? Or DoorDash? Which one did you want to fuck with me tonight? Which one did you want me to go to so that you can fuck with me, huh? And cause another problem and another thing. And we're talking about your conversations last night about mere puffery. If you're gonna say it's an ad, she can argue mere puffery. Otherwise, if you don't want her to do that, then don't say it's an ad. I'm quoting you day after day. Same thing, Calvin, every day. Same thing. You creep everybody out and you piss everybody off and we get more. Cause and effect, same different before and after. Come on, keep up. You need to keep up with everybody else. Aren't you tired of, it's embarrassing to me that Mr. Perry's not embarrassed. He should be. So here's the mere puffery plan of last night. Any of the victims have that before you do it? Handcuff her, jerk her off the stage, take her down to Mays County, sit her down. Here, you're going to sign my affidavit, lie. It's my words, not yours, whether you want to or not. And I'm like, nope, I'm not. Those aren't my words, and I only signed my words. And I'm talking about it before. And I've talked about it over and over and over. And you act like you fucking don't know. You act like you fucking have no idea you're caught. Who got that information from you to me? Who has it, Calvin? You pissed him off tonight. You sure you want to do that? I mean, you do what you do. You got to live with it. You can live with your consequences, right? And your choices. You're calling all over the place trying to figure out, how did she find out? How did she know? It's, when they arrest you for doing that to me, for putting me through this, then they'll tell you. Poking, peeping, pink panty, pathetic Perry. That's what his people call him. See, people make fun of you behind your back, Mr. Perry. Your people said that. You're creepy. Why aren't you embarrassed by your creepy problem? Everybody's tired of being creeped out by you. So I can get information at the snap of a finger, and you can't. You piss everybody off taking my money, Calvin, so we can get information at the snap of a finger, Calvin. See, you wanted the waitress to lie about me taking money from the till at Sensations when I set the money up. So I changed my habit. Instead of setting the money up, I just got the bag out of the safe and threw it on the counter. I didn't even open the bag. Because when you piss my guys off, taking my money, they go apeshit on you. You, Lucius, Calvin, Dave, and Charles. You guys are mostly the ones that do the harm. Sit around and have a conversation about my banking and prepaid cards and Trello. We heard you. You're caught. Creepy Chucky, you're caught. Stop creeping me out. It's so gross. You're fucking gross. There's nothing there. You're just caught. And you act like you have no fucking idea. You got Huntington's disease. Causes delusion, paranoia, hallucinations, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. You're pissing me off right now. You're not getting what you want. I am. It's like you just can't tell. Like you just don't know. We're at a loss. We're like, this is so easy, it's not fair. Alright, so we got all that. Right? Mr. Perry, I did a podcast on the mere puffery. The mere puffery, we've talked about that for a long time because Mr. Perry's been planning this since he did the first false arrest. Send her home, harass the hell out of her. When she talks about it and complains about it and rants about it, we'll say she's harassing us. We'll lie. Intentional, willful fraud upon a court will lie. And then we're gonna sit her down and tell her you can't talk to your family until you do. First, you're gonna do the wedding photo shoot to cover up my forgery of 4 years ago with a marriage license. I've made a fucking fool of myself and embarrassed everybody around me, going around telling people we're a couple and we're married. The last time I saw Charles Perry was 2013. I've made every effort not to see him again. I moved twice, started my life all over again, whole new career, everything. Not to have to see you, not to have to hear what you think, not to have to hear about what you need and how you feel and weirdo, and get creeped out by you and make me want to throw up and hear your whining. So I've missed work and done without food not to have to see you or hear what you think and all that shit that you impose and burden us with. You're a burden. Everybody, you didn't come up here and be a ray of sunshine and make everybody's life happy. You creep everybody out and you piss everybody off. So we got more. Is that what you want? Are you getting the results you want? I guess so. You keep doing the same thing every day. That gives you that result exactly. Okay, so this right here, in 2017, I'm getting home and they're doing it. They're harassing the fuck out of me. And an episode of The Good Fight comes on because I do talk about it. I can. It's called freedom of speech, freedom of expression. If you do something horrible to me, I can talk about it. I can say, I think you're a fucktard for doing something like that to me. I can say it. It's not illegal. Oh, I'm whiny. Oh, brother. Hang on. All right, there it is, right there. 2017. So I talked to Philip and Ted about it. I guess I could use this defense if he's going to lie. So, this was something we discussed in 2017. And I guess again last night. So, but we heard you, Charles, heard the conversation. Because when you contact me, when you creep me out, which is 24/7, when you take my money, when you contact and bother my family, and you butt into shit that's none of your business, there's one thing that happens. We find out more. Because you make everybody mad. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody wants you in jail. So we got a lot of cooperation, don't you think? To make sure you go to jail. There's no more creeping me out. There's no more taking my money. There's no more unwanted contact. There's no more you cause one problem after another and everything's a thing and everything's an ordeal. And what should take 5 minutes takes fucking all day. And it's you're not a ray of sunshine making everybody happy. You're a burden. You're creepy. People don't like your creepy problem. They really don't. It really should embarrass you. It really should embarrass the fuck out of you that you're just this creepy. And you just have no control over it. Absolutely not 1 ounce of control over your creepy problem. It gets us more information. Everybody's sick of it, having to deal with that. Didn't invite you up here, didn't introduce you to my family. So he was gonna, tell her she can't see her family or talk to them. There's no bail, there's no bond, there's nothing. Until she tells me who these guys are. And that is obstruction of justice. And again, it's more illegal crap. I hate to see what they would do to you if you did that. If they tell me everything you guys say, and I'm typing it up pretty much all day long, do you really, what planet are you on? You're not all there. You're fucking not all there. Alright, so they're here. Here's a creepy problem embarrasses the hell out of me. So here we go. Charles pestered me and menaced and bothered and pestered and menaced and bothered and pestered and menaced and bothered and icked me out and made me want to throw up and creeped me out and gave me the heebie-jeebies all fucking day. Not one bit embarrassed, but he should be. You should be embarrassed by the weirdo that you are. I'm embarrassed for you. So, we got the bank closed, get her bank account closed. Well, she can still use her prepaid card. Load a prepaid card to pay Trello. We heard that. We heard the mere puffery last night. And your whole plan there, you haven't done it yet. I got it before. So that's malicious intent. And a forethought. Stupid. Why do you think we have all that? Before. Okay, thanks, Calvin. This is from you. Right here, because you took my money. Charles, don't contact me. I don't like it. I fucking don't like it. I didn't ask you what you think, did I? I did not. Okay, here's this. He likes to type in my phone like he thinks this is a conversation. And sometimes if I stop and say something like, stop, shut up, he'll stop. He thinks I care what he thinks, and nobody understands why he thinks that. Like, everybody's like, why the fuck does he think she cares what he thinks? She didn't ask him. She said, go fuck off. Crazy Neil. You're just like Neil. We'll show Neil in a minute. So this is from you, Calvin. Bald Fat Calvin. I appreciate the information. We got that intel because you took my money. Is it cute now? Is it cute now, Calvin? Okay. Good to know. All right, so here's the thing about these guys taking my money. So we had court today, traffic court. And remember, okay, so within a few months, I'm pulled over like 7 times. First, I'm pulled over in Jinx. And then I'm pulled over. I didn't get a ticket. And then I'm pulled over on Admiral. Now, let me think. No. Then I'm pulled over at Memorial and 21st, and that's the ticket. By Officer Rowe. Remember Sheriff Rowan? He's my bitch. Were you trying to be crass? Or, okay, that you dug up somebody. What the fuck is that? Then we got, then I got pulled over on Admiral by a guy who tells me to go to a homeless shelter. Gee, thanks, officer. When people tell me, like, when I'm telling people what I'm here, this is what these guys are doing to me. You should call the police. And, like, we laugh. It's like, sure, okay. Anyways, then I get pulled over again on Admiral. And that guy, I asked for a list. I asked him, I want a list of pullovers. He's sitting on the side of the road waiting for me to come by. Just sitting there, watching cars drive by. And I drive by, and I was quite a ways down the road, and he comes up chasing after me and pulls me over. So I'm like, I'd like a list of who all, how you're like the 5th guy in 2 weeks or something. Do you have a list of people who pulled me over? All of a sudden, I'm busy. Oh yeah, I can tell you sitting there watching cars drive by has got you real busy tonight. Oh my God, you're something. So keep in mind, TPD's been asked now twice for a list of pullovers. Twice. I asked the officer. He's too busy sitting on the side of the road watching cars drive by. And then now I've asked the city prosecutor, and it's not relevant. So, okay. Anyways, then we got, let's see. Then I got pulled over by, who else did I get pulled over by? Tribal. I got pulled over by Tribals. Tribal, okay, here's the difference with Tribal. I showed him pictures of the car that was following me around with the police car. And I'm like, it looks like a retired police car. It has police written on it. So I'm not sure is this cop or not. And he was like, let me check. He goes, runs the tags, comes back. I can't tell you who it is. I can't give you name and address and crap like that. But I can tell you for sure it's not a cop. It's not law enforcement. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So, at least they were a little more helpful. That's what they're supposed to do. Cops are supposed to be helpful to victims of crime. So, he tells me, you need to call Tulsa Police, and I start laughing. Sure, okay, I'll get right on that. They're so helpful, and we'll call them. Anyways, okay, this was my request for discovery. I'm asking for dash cam, body cam. I want a list of times I've been pulled over because it's excessive. And I want what else did I want? TPD's policy on complaints of domestic violence and their duty to intervene. I didn't get the last 2. So, I assert Brady violation. I file that. And it's also alleging perjury. It's filed, see? We have a hearing this morning. And the judge says you can ask him he goes, maybe there's a reasonable explanation for why he did not give that to you. So he's out in the hall, why don't you go conference and ask him? And I'm like, I don't think so. I think he needs to come in here and answer on the record why he didn't give me that. So, I mean, I can go out in the hall in conference and he could say anything and I have no proof of what he said. He could say complete bullshit. I need him on the record, so we got it on the record. And actually, that's what he's supposed to do, is answer questions like that on the record, not out in the hallway. So I'm not. I don't know exactly what the judge was. Let me put it this way: it's traffic court. Everything's a hell of a lot more casual than my case. Everything's a hell of a lot more casual than a different court setting. So I'm thinking that might have been the reason he said, would you like to go in the hall and conference with him and just ask him what happened? Not realizing, I mean, there's two reasons. He did that, that's the reason. And not realizing I'm up against corrupt people. So, no, I'm not going to do it in the hall. We're going to do it the proper way on the record in the courtroom. Or he's part of it. We'll have that's going to play out over time, won't it not? At the end of the day, I was pleased with the way things turned out. He didn't rule in my favor, but what he did do is, after the guy says, I'm not going to give this to her because it's not relevant, and I said I object and disagree. I think it is, and I can't make my case, sir, without the totality of the evidence. I need all of it. And I have an argument here. I want to make it, and I'm the defendant. I'm entitled to exculpatory evidence, and I need the totality of the evidence. I need to be able to have a fair, impartial hearing where I can obtain what's exculpatory from the defense, and you consider it in its totality, and nothing is intentionally concealed. Just like that. So, I mean, that's what my brief says, pretty much. It's a Brady violation. I'm in need of exculpatory information. Number one. Number two, where is it? And, I mean, I'm asking for a list of times I've been pulled over. That right there is, what's the problem with giving me the list if there's no list? That's what someone else said this afternoon, because Charles pesters me constantly and takes my money. So our guys are get pissed. I mean, they get mad. So do your leaks. So we get all kinds of shit, and the guy's like, so basically, she's asked for the list. The guy says not relevant, which means there's a list. Why is there a list? There shouldn't be a list of this woman having been pulled over a lot of times. That's concerning that she's having to ask for a list and he won't give it to her. What's he hiding? What's he concealing? What's he intentionally concealing from the deciding body? The interesting thing is, the deciding body is the judge. So the rule is, with this kind of perjury, because it's not going to just be my criminal case. We're setting up his criminal case as well. Please tell me everybody's figured that out by now. All of the court cases are a brick building a wall, building a criminal case. Now, if Mr. Perry was not doing illegal things or asking someone else to do illegal things in a court proceeding, then we wouldn't do that, would we? The only reason we're doing that is he's got a criminal case against him, Calvin. When you take my money, that tends to piss people off, Calvin. When you pester and menace Charles, that tends to make everybody very creeped out and mad at you. So, whatever you did illegally in a civil case, or Mike Neely's case, or a criminal case, Florida State's attorney, he was drugged, he didn't do it, you got the wrong guy. Sure as shit, months later, that was confirmed. So, it's brick by brick, building a wall to make a criminal case. Why would we not? Why would we not, Calvin? This is that. I'm telling the guy this is a Brady violation. I have the right to my exculpatory evidence. So, there's two things here. The judge has to decide, is it exculpatory? Secondly, he has to decide, is it perjury? Are you willfully concealing evidence that could change the outcome of the deciding body? You have a duty to disclose it. It's a material fact, relevant. You have a duty to disclose it, and it could change the outcome. Okay, the judge is the deciding body. If I say, okay, I want a jury trial, which I might. Right now we're at the motion to dismiss phase. So if they don't get dismissed, likely I'll ask for a jury trial. Then that's the deciding body. But right now it's the judge. So he's got to see the evidence and get it to decide if it's could change the outcome. To rule on the second part of it, which is this is perjury. And it's my traffic ticket. So why is Charles Perry interested in this situation if he didn't arrange that pullover, intending to coerce? Get her driver's license. I'm telling the judge, he's like, why are they doing that? Well, they're trafficking people. And trafficking, you're not just going to go be a sex slave. They got to make you. They got to force you against your will. So they have to do illegal things, such as have a, pay a cop a little something. Not all. Some of them said no. So this guy's a dirty one. This guy's a corrupt one. Because some guys said no. I'm not going to do it. And we know that. Okay, so he did it. And gave me a ticket. Now we're in court for the ticket. And the intent is take her car, take her driver's license so she's easier to traffic. I said that in my brief. I said it in the hearing. It's now forever a part of the permanent court record. Same as what I did in Michael Neely's case. Same as what I did in my 3 lawsuits for anyone in law enforcement from anywhere to look at and add to what they might be working on right now, Mr. Perry. 40 cops from various jurisdictions can now look on the court docket and see what you've done, and prosecutors as well. Do you understand, Poke and Peep? Probably not. Do you, Calvin? You pay $1,000 to make sure I'll come home with 20, and that's what you just bought. When you take my money, when you contact me and creep me out, things are different than when you do it to the other victims, because then we find out about your conversation about mere puffery. Her complaining about all this shit and documenting it. You're calling it an ad? Are you shitting me with that? When she calls you a name because she's pissed that you're putting her through this and creeping her out, making her want to throw up and her skin's crawling, got the heebie-jeebies from Charles Perry, gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. He is so fucking creepy. You have no idea. It's so embarrassing. I'm like, why aren't you embarrassed by how creepy you are? Why? You should be. You should be just about to die from your fucking creepster problem. It's nasty. You're nasty. Gross. Ugh. You don't have a date. You don't have a real love life. You're creeping everybody out all the time. You're getting us information about mere puffery. Fucktard. So, whatever. I mean, I have the freedom to say I call you fucktard because you're fucking up, causing me problems and shit. I do have to drop everything I'm doing to run down to a courthouse and deal with the problem you caused. And you did it on purpose, trying to traffic me. I'd have to explain that to the judge. I'm like, and I'm sure, okay, so everybody's wondering, why in the hell is he trafficking a middle-aged woman? Because he's got some clients that don't want a teenage runaway. They can't. Okay, teenage runaways are kind of raised by wolves. And I mean, they just are. They can't carry on a conversation that they might find intelligent. So, for whatever reason, they found a group of guys, old fart wealthy dudes, like Tom Wyatt on Goliath, weirdos. Tom Wyatt was involved in drug cartel. Tom Wyatt was involved in weird shit. Man, that guy was a fucking creepster weirdo. I mean, watch the show Goliath on Amazon. Very, very wealthy guy, but he had a sex weirdo problem that was outrageous. Very, very deviant. So his money didn't solve that for him, did it? Yeah, you guys want to buy some bitch who will do the weird shit you like and walk in a room, at a social event and make you look cool. Because you can't just get a date the normal way. Women can pick up on a weirdo problem. Like, women, you can't get a date because women can get your vibe of, I'm a stranger, right? Is that the problem? And your money didn't solve that for you? So you're just so lame. You're stuck buying a woman who will, you can force into doing weird shit that no normal woman would do. Is that what why in the world would you buy a woman? It's a crime. It's a serious crime. And y'all act like we're just going to get away with it. Yeah, while you call around and try to see if London can tell you anything, and we're quoting you, how does she find out? You go ahead and believe that you're getting away with it, okay, Calvin? Bald, fat, how do I know your name? Okay, poking peep, strango, creepy, heebie-jeebie guy. Golly, you're puffery, or you don't say it's an ad. I said it's not an ad, and it's my intent, don't you think? Poking peep and pink penny, pathetic Perry. I'm quoting your guy. You like that kind of, you like people calling you names like that know what you really do when nobody's looking? Do you like that? Do you like me quoting you every day, Calvin? Do you like you like me quoting you every day? Talking about shutting my bank account down so I can't get Trello? Because what do you think? There's some secret message in Trello? You're off your nut. Do you like getting caught every day? Have her family tell her that she has to go. She has to sign the lie. I found out before. Here's the thing. You ran my customers off when I'm dancing. So I had a hell of a lot of time to read and study. And since you guys do the same old, you got your patterns and your habits. You like perjury, you like suborning perjury, and you like Brady violations. 3 times now you've done it. 3. It literally took me 20 minutes to file that brief, type up that brief. Literally 20 minutes, Calvin. Yesterday you ran off the DoorDash money. I was fucking bored. I love it, sitting there in my car, letting Calvin waste my fucking time. So, we know Calvin's the one that does that. We know that. He's not fooling anybody. If I know that, Calvin, you ought to be shitting yourself. How do I know that? Yeah, you're caught, that's why. You're fucking with people that have a lot of power. So, and they don't think you're cute, Calvin. Peep and poke. You're caught, Charles. Charles, you're caught. Charles, you're caught. Charles, everybody knows. Charles, this is illegal. Charles, you're caught. Come on, keep up with everybody else, mental slow. You're caught. I know, before you do it, not after. Constantly have to say that. Because he'll type in my phone like he's bragging. You're going to sign my affidavit. Who told on me? Is it Mike? Is it Mace County? Who's telling you're going to sign my affidavit? No, I'm not. Shut up about it. You're caught. You're fucking caught. Get the fuck out of my phone. Nobody's going to help you. Everybody's sick of being creeped out by you and pissed off at what you're putting me through. Fuck off. Why don't you get off your ass and go work? Okay, so while they run off on my customers, I'm studying. I'm learning about Brady. I'm learning about perjury. I'm learning about all that stuff. And so then yesterday they did, they ran off my DoorDash. So fuck it. I went home and 20 minutes I have a brief typed up. It's just repeated the same shit we always have to file with these guys. Right? I just have to copy paste. Because you guys repeat your pattern, same old. We do perjury and Brady violations. You did it on my first false arrest. You're trying to do a second false arrest. You did it to Michael, and you did it again on the traffic thing. So now that's 3 times you did the same thing. Twice you do it a second time. We got your pattern, but I already learned it all because you know why? You ran off my money. I studied. Then I'm back out of the club, and the waitress said 2 sentences that fucked up your whole deal, but you told her to. Right? I'm going to not use you as the waitress, even though you're here. You've worked here for off and on for 8 years since they opened. I'm going to call in the girl that quit and fuck up your money. Wow. She tells me, I won that. You're not waitressing. And I said, whatever schedule I'm on for waitress, take me off. I'm done. We're done. And I left. And now you're trying desperately to get me back out there. Okay? So did that work out for you? Did it? For 5 weeks, you've been trying to get me out there. So you could jerk me off the stage, handcuff me, put me in a room, have my family tell me, you got to sign the affidavit. And then after that, you can't talk to your family again until you tell me who these guys are. I'm going to obstruct justice. Right, Charles? It's duly noted for the record, bitch. Poke and peep. Are you glad? Are you proud of yourself for creeping me out and getting told on? Did that work for you? Because you caught before, not after. We got it before. Stupid. Keep up. You really irritate me. I'm sick of you contacting me. I'm sick of it. Everybody is. I'm sick of being broke because you can't just fuck off and go get a life. You're pathetic. It's not even benefiting you. And you're too stupid to see that. You're stupid. You reek of it. Alright, so you ran off my money so I was able to study. And then type this up in like 20 minutes. I haven't been to law school. I haven't been. And then today, the guys, it's not relevant. I'm like, I disagree. It is. Make sure we get him saying that on the record. Charles, stop contacting me. Stop. Stop that. Weirdo, get out of my phone. Get the fuck out of my phone. He's still asking me is it this guy? Is it that guy? Tell it on me. Is it your family? It's like, what weird. I've never answered those questions. And he never shuts up. Never shuts up. So, anyways. So he's I knew to do that. Because you ran off my money. I had nothing else to do but study. Genius. That help you? All I have to do is repeat myself, what I've already filed over and over in all the other cases. It's the same thing. Does that work for you, Mr. Perry? We find out before, not after. It's a pattern, Charles. I mean, it's not even working for you. Everybody's all confused. Like, why is he still doing the things that don't work for him? It's not even benefiting him. What the fuck is wrong? What kind of idiot does that? How embarrassing. You embarrass everybody. Okay, so we have another date. Basically, the guy, he tells the prosecutor, type up a brief in response to hers, and we'll have a hearing on it in a couple of weeks. So that's the next hearing date. He's going to put his reason for finding irrelevance to the exculpatory evidence I asked for, in needing the totality of the evidence to go before him and make my case. I'm the defendant in a criminal case, so I have that right. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, but yeah, Calvin, you ran off the money, so I didn't get jerked off the stage and handcuffed. Then they changed it. Let's get her in the parking lot, so she doesn't have time to go in and get tipped off. Every time you run off my money, that's what happens. You ran off my money, so I studied. You ran off my money, so I was able to type a brief up in 20 minutes. You ran off my money, Calvin, and so I'm not back out of the club and arrested because you guys wanted me. She's supposed to be in jail, not able to do all this. Okay? Poke and peep and pink panty, pathetic Perry. Did that work for you? There's a reason your guy calls you that. Why is he calling you that? This is a guy that knows what you really do when nobody's looking. Why is he calling you that? You proud of that? Are you proud of it? You think that's hot and sexy? You're all by yourself with a blow-up doll. That's your date night on Saturday, you and your blow-up doll. You can't get a real woman that wants you to save your life. Because you're fucking creepy. And it's pissing everybody off that you're bothering me with it. You're bothering me with your creepy problem. You give me the heebie-jeebies. I told you do not contact me. And you're doing it anyway. It's fucking rape, bitch. Stop it. I'll never help you. I'll never help you. We can get information like that because everybody wants you gone. We're getting it to put you in jail. When you're in jail, there is no more of this. You're gone. We don't have to deal with it anymore. So we can get information at the snap of a finger, and you can't. You got any other victims that know beforehand that you're going to do all that? We got the plan before, stupid. We got the plan before, stupid. What does that mean? What does it mean that we got the plan before? I'm not signing your affidavit. I'm not signing it. Stop asking me to. Fuck off. Fuck off, creepy. Fuck off. I'm not signing your affidavit. I'll never help you. I'm not going to ever help you. Fuck off. Fuck the hell off. Am I clear? Is everybody confused still as to what I think and my intent? Fuck off, Charles. No. No means no. Get out of my phone. Get out of my life. Get your hands out of my wallet. Get out. Get off me, rapist. Stop raping me. Golly. All day. You're going to sign my affidavit. I'm going to put you in jail. Is it Mays County telling on me? Is it your family? Is it Craig? Jesus. This is not an ad. My intent says what this is. This is to document Mr. Perry's criminal activity towards me. It's being used to build this criminal case. Everybody wants him in jail. We don't have to deal with this anymore when he's in jail. There's no more creepy. There's no more cruelty. He's gone. We get their information beforehand, and nobody will help him with that, how we do that. Nobody will help you. We get the information before you do it, dumbass. What does that mean? You don't know, do you? You have no idea what it means, do you? We just went through this whole thing. Your stupid is making me have a headache in my eye. I'm not kidding you. Get the hell out of my phone. This is not an ad. Per me, it's my intent. My intent. This is documenting crime, and I have the right to be pissed off that Mr. Perry is raping me and creeping me out and very cruel, and we're all tired of dealing with it. Okay? Every time you contact me, we get more because you're pissing us off. Every time you take my money, Calvin, we get more because you're pissing us off. We just heard the conversation about the prepaid card and the bank. We got all the pull over. Pull her over, pull her over, pull her over. Got to rule out entrapment. Fuck off and leave her alone. Leave her alone. Do you not understand words? Leave her alone. That's what she said. Judge Kirkendall right there. Any other victim have something like that? Stupid. What does it mean that I have that? What does it mean that I have that? You're caught. What does it mean that I have that? You're caught. You're caught. I'm not signing your affidavit. Shove it up your ass. Don't ask me again. Get the hell out of my life. Get off me, rapist. Get off me. Am I clear? Is anybody confused as to what I want and my intent? I said no. Throw her in jail and make her sign it. Harass her until she complains and screams and yells, and then say she's harassing us. We'll lie. Then we'll make her sign a lie. And Judge Kirkendall wasn't going for it, was she? I think you need to fuck off and leave her alone so I can rule out entrapment. Because you're caught. And you don't know, do you? Yep. Pisses everybody off, Charles. That right there, he's going to coerce me by way of false arrest. And you've not stopped trying to do that again. And everybody knows. You know why? When you invade my privacy, when you contact me, when you creep me out, and you pester and bother and menace and pester and bother and menace and pester and bother and menace and take my money, Calvin, we get more before you do it. Stupid. What's it mean that I have it before? What's it mean that I have it before, Charles? What's it? You're caught. Do you not know, Calvin? You're caught. I know you do that. How do I know? Who's Calvin? Who's Lucius? Calvin's bald and fat. Who's Lucius? Who's Geppetto? Who's Blankenship? Who's Desiree? Who's Sanjay? Who's Beverly? Who's Monique? Who's Ruben and James? Who's Lawrence and Andrew? Who's Jeremy and Jordan? Who's Who's Brian? Who's Monique? Who's Muffin Man? Muffin Man is a nickname. Who are those people? Richard and Dickie. Who are those people to you, Charles? When you contact me, when you take my money, that's what happens. We get that kind of stuff. You take some from me, they take from you. But you're gonna fuck off. Get the fuck out of my life. You're gonna get the hell out. Get out of my life and my phone and my privacy and my wallet. Get out of it. Get off me, you fuck rapist. Get off me. Get off me. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Get out.
I can't live here.
Listen to this. Both of us screaming, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Get away from me. Shut up and get away from me. Leave me alone. Go away. Get away from me. Get away from me.
Please leave me alone.
Who the fuck wants to live like that? Who the fuck does that?
Stop following me. Stop. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stopped.
So don't ask for my help. You're never gonna get it. You never have. When you're in jail, no more of that. There will be no more creepy Chucky all over me, raping me, and getting caught, and taking my money, and getting caught, and bothering. Nobody's gonna help you. Nobody has. Nobody will. You're caught because you're pissing everybody off, and you need to stop it. You're caught because you're pissing everybody off. Didn't invite you here. Shut up and get away from me. I didn't invite you here. Stop contacting me.
That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Okay, so because you want to rape and menace and bother and pester and act like you don't know you're caught. Well, asking me who told on you. Then this morning we heard you telling the guy, sorry, we've never had such a hard time trafficking one. We've never had such one of our victims of human trafficking be so hard to deliver. We heard you. It's recorded. You're caught. No on the affidavit.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this.
Repeat. You ran off my customers. I studied the law. You do the same thing every time. I just have to revise the brief a little. Same MO, same pattern. We found that we get it the second time you do it. 7 years later, you can't get the pattern, Calvin. When you take my money, we get more. We heard you this morning. Never had a victim be this hard to traffic and deliver. Talking about the prepaid card. We got to ruin her bank account so she can't use Trello. Well, she can load a prepaid card. Right? You run, take her money, Amanda. Make sure she can't waitress. Now we can't get her back out of the club. Now we're run off for DoorDash money. Now I have time to go type up a brief. I mean, come on. I'm not mad that what you're doing is actually working for us. I want for you to just get out. Just get the fuck off me. All of you.
Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Second, let me break down what rape culture.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that
They go at you and go at you and go. Mr. Perry, every fucking day it's the same thing. Sign my affidavit. I'm going to put you in jail. Who's telling on me? Is it your family? Is it Al? Is it Jim? Who's telling on me? But the thing is, you're told on. Fucked hard. That's what you're not getting. You're told on. Because you're creeping everybody out and you're pissing everybody off. You act like you don't know you're caught. You act like you think I care what you think and I want to help you. And nobody understands what kind of delusion you're in that you think that. It pisses me off when you contact me and you're hacking my phone. Get out of it. It's rape. You're raping me. Everybody else is glad when I'm okay. A lot of people were really happy the way the hearing went today. My guys were like, you did a great job. That was very, very, very well done. Funny that they ran off your DoorDash order so you had time to go type up the brief. Even these guys are so stupid. They do shit like that, not realizing that the direct result of it is the mess they have right now. Yeah, you fuck with me, you get caught. Been that way for 7 years. You're not getting a date. We'll never help you. We're not going to help you. There was a time we would have, not anymore.
I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Alright, so they run off my money. I study the law. They run off my money. I go home, prepare a bunch of evidence, file it in the breach of contract case in Judge Egan's court. About 2 hours later, she types up an order that says I didn't file the evidence. I'm like, actually, I did. 2 hours before you did that. So, which I wouldn't have had time to do if I was busy with customers. Then, you run off my DoorDash money. So, not only do we get more because everybody's mad, they hate Calvin, bald, fat Calvin. We're getting names. You take something from me, they take something from you. It's not intended to be that way, but it is that way, isn't it? You take my privacy, they take your privacy. They got a court order, you got a weirdo problem. Guy, you're weirdo. How embarrassing. Why aren't you embarrassed? Why do you think I would help you? Why do you think I give two fucks what you think? Did I ask? No, did not. I should get out of my phone, didn't I? When you don't, we get more. Get her bank shut down. Then she can't afford Trello. She can't pay for Trello. Well, she can use a prepaid card. We heard that. We heard you this morning. We don't usually have this much difficulty delivering victim who we sold, a human. You know, you go to jail if you starve a dog. It's called cruelty to animals. It's even worse when you do it to people. It's illegal to sell people. It's a life sentence. So who's telling me information that you just said? How do I know you said all that today? When Charles contacts me and invades my privacy and you guys take my money, my guys get pissed. They're glad when I'm okay. They get mad when you cause problems for me. You take something from me, they take something from you. Leaks start ranting. People rant when they're mad. You're provoking. The Facebook is not an ad. My intent is how that is. I don't intend for it to be an ad. The guys helping me don't intend for it to be an ad. It's not an ad. You don't speak for me. Don't speak for me. You, Mr. Perry, you don't speak for me. Ever. You don't speak for me. I speak for me. Everybody listening, Cynthia Ortiz speaks for Cynthia Ortiz. No one else. Nobody else. What it is for is to document the crime as it happens. Document the threat as it happens. And I'm free to express I'm pissed about it. And what I think of the offender. That's not a crime. The crime is what he did to provoke that. That's the crime. So then I go back to the club and they have another 5 weeks to get me to slip up. They had 6 years to get me to relax and feel comfortable with somebody and open up or let some slip because of my guard's down. 6 years and they didn't do it. Then they had another 5 weeks and they didn't do it again. And that's their problem, right? We think that's funny as fuck. And you get upset that we call you stupid? Criminals are stupid or they wouldn't be criminals. A lot of people say that. It's a common phrase, isn't it? Calvin, bald, fat Calvin, people fucking hate you for what you do to me. Hate your guts. You're a pathetic bitch. Everybody, we can get what you're doing and what you're saying like snap of a finger, Calvin. So, everybody's tired of me being broke and harassed and always having to deal with a problem you caused and creeped the fuck out by Weird Charles. Weirdo. So, you're a weirdo. Golly, it's so embarrassing. Embarrasses the hell out of everybody. Why aren't you embarrassed? You should be about to die. The stuff you do. Deviant crap. Sick, twisted, yuck. You're just yuck. Gross. Big fat turnoff. So a guy that would buy a woman in a trafficking deal, you have a vibe that you're sicko, twisted, yuck, turnoff. And that's why you can't get a date the normal way. You gotta buy a woman. And you're pathetic and you're lame. You need to go get doctor or somebody that, you wash her. It's almost like you need a bath after you've been around these people. You just feel yuck, slimed on. You feel fucking slimed on. So this morning we hear, sorry, it's taking, she's fighting us. We can't coerce her so easily as we do the other victims. And the guy said, she has help, and you seem unwilling to just admit that. Every day she tells, it quotes everybody. Every day for 7 years. You seem unwilling to admit she has help. You have no grasp on reality. What we do is we make sure we got the target in sight, and we're not delusional about it. And then you hit it with that, accuracy and precision. We're getting information and you're not. We're getting information and you're not. We're getting information nobody else has. Right? Bald fat Calvin Lucius Geppetto. Wasn't David denied Geppetto's existence, and didn't somebody tell him there's another courtroom? Make sure he's not produced in that courtroom. Don't lie right now. Yeah, how do I know that? When Calvin takes my money, when y'all get my money and you cause me a problem, and Charles creeps all over me all the time, we get more. been that way every day for 7 years. We get your patterns the second time you do it. So at this point, it takes me 20 minutes to type up a fucking brief. I've not been to law school because they all say the same thing. They did the same thing again, Your Honor. All I got to do is change the names of the people involved. It's the third time now. Brady violations and perjury. Perjury by concealment of material fact. You have a duty to disclose it. You willfully concealed it, and it could change the outcome. 3 times. 3 times you did that. So you ran off my money yesterday, Calvin. Is it cute now? You know, Judge Egan never decided on the bond conditions whether or not that's a contract and whether or not it's binding to Charles Perry. Yeah, so there's that. I also told the judge today, I did tell the prosecutor, if you would not do a motion to continue so you can get me the evidence I asked for, fine. Otherwise, well, I didn't hear from him. So in 20 minutes, at about 4 o'clock, I type up the motion to dismiss. So it's not like he didn't have a chance to get it to me or whatever. He just didn't get back to me. So I typed up the motion to dismiss. We heard it. It was heard this morning. Now he's got to type up a reply, and we have another hearing. I had time to do all that because you ran off my money. You have 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. You had the waitress bully me out. Because I don't put up with the drama. Listen, I had a fight, a knockdown, drag-out fight with John Lopez, chief of staff to John Ensign, and we kissed and made up, and it was fine. After that, we were great. We were good friends. Unfortunately, he passed away of diabetes. So, I'm used to dealing with people like John Lopez. You really think I'm going to give the time of day or any dignity at all to a meth head who found a boyfriend on Facebook who's a prisoner who killed a cop? That's her boyfriend. You take that guy around your kids, really? I don't even know what to say to that. You're trying to tell her, oh, since you're always short in the drawer, and that owner has, really, if he's smart, he's going to let her, Cynthia, do things at the club because you're short and she's not. If you're the thief, you don't need to guard the money from the person who's not, by the way. So you try to make me the thief. Oh, here's what you do. She sets out the money, take some of it. And then say she did it when she set the money out. So we heard that, Calvin. So what I did instead is just didn't open the bag. Here's the bag out of the safe. You do it. You do it. She tried. She comes running into me. Pull up the cameras. I'm going to call the boss. The money's missing. Wow, okay, well, I didn't open the bag. So, and then she comes running back. The DJ had it. Oh, so you had the DJ take it to say it was me. Huh. The thing is that I heard you guys say it, so I didn't take the money out of the bag. I just threw the bag up on the counter. When you contact me, when you take my money, when you cause me problems, what are the victims can say? We find out what you're talking about in your secret little weirdo meetings. We sit around and try to figure out how to make one woman fail. And somebody told you, you got to get a grip on reality. It's not one woman you're up against. Stupid. Don't contact me, Charles. I fucking hate it. Don't contact me, Charles. It's rape. Stop raping me. Stop raping me. It's not mere puffery, Mr. Consueler, because it's not an ad, and that's my decision. It's my intent. My intent is to document the crime, and I'm free to express my frustration with being the victim of crime, same as any other victim. Maybe you ought to look at what's provoking the responses I'm giving and all the crime I'm putting up on Facebook that I'm a victim of in your jurisdiction. And police from somewhere else are helping me because I know they talked about Mayor Puffery. We first talked about it in 2017. Maybe this. We were looking at different options. Maybe this, maybe that. Okay? That's how that came up. Right after I see it on The Good Wife. Good Fight. I'm asking about it. Charles, when you contact... Fuck off! Creepy Chucky. Fuck off. Creepy Chucky. Stop bothering me. Get out of my phone. Get out of my phone. Get out of my phone. Now he finally gets out. How many times did I have to say the same thing? Yep. When he does that,
I don't. This make you feel?
this guy, she's telling him, do you like having a camera in your face? His response is, you want me to go get the pictures I took of you from having a camera in your face? Mr. Perry does the same thing. We got pictures of you. I live in Oklahoma. I came to Oklahoma to get away from him. Are you ever in Texas? Mr. Perry wants to run for something in Texas while he lives in Oklahoma and bothers me all damn day. It creeps on me all damn day.
You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures? You want,
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a threat?
fucking army.
You're gonna
I don't
find
give a
out.
fuck.
This make you feel?
I'm gonna
You're
get
filming
you.
my.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna take. You take from me, they take from you. Look at all this. When he contacts me, when he takes my money, the longer he's invading my privacy, Mike's in jail, all of that, the more we get, the more we get, the more we get. We get more and more and more and more. This morning, last night, you were talking about Mary Puffery. We got that. Charles is telling somebody, I'm going to sit her down, make her sign that affidavit, have her family tell her she has to sign it, and then tell her you can't see your family again until you tell me who's helping you. I'm going to intentionally obstruct justice and basically torture you. Basically, I'm going to torture you to get information that I'm not legally entitled to have. I'm going to obstruct justice. I'm going to tamper with a witness and blow up the integrity of an investigation into my crime. Right? And we heard you talking about it. We don't usually have this much problem delivering a victim to, the traffic guy. Lame, pathetic traffic guy can't get a date the normal way. You said that this morning. This afternoon, she can do a prepaid card and pay for Trello if we blow up her bank account. You should know what bank at, should you? But you do. And the more you do it to me, the more you get caught. The guys that got me that, Calvin, got really mad at you today. They get really mad at you, Charles, every time you contact me. So we find out more and more and more, and you're caught. And you fucked hard. You don't know that, do you? You have no idea what I just said, do you? Not a fucking clue. You always react like you fucking don't understand anything I just said. I will never help you, and I don't care what you think. I moved twice not to have to hear what you think. And there was a day that you would have had some help. That day's long gone. You fucked it up. That we have, no other victim has it. And it wasn't up to you that we got any of that, was it? Up to you when you got this one, have her car towed and sold, even though it's not legal, before she figures out it's not legal. When you contact me, we get stuff like that, Charles, because I fucking hate it. That's the direct result of your unwanted contact. You take from me, they take from you. Same thing with, this is Oklahoma City's thing on human trafficking. You try to take the driver's license. All of this. Take her driver's license, take her driver's license, take her driver's. You know how I have all that, Charles? Every time you contact me, you take something from me. It's rape. And so they take something from you. You take a penny from me, Calvin. Lucius. They take something from you. You like that? That's the direct result of what you did. So the waitress said two things that changed the course of the history of the month of April. You didn't win that. She's waitressing tonight, not you. Bye. Take me off the schedule. I have better things to do than this. You can win this battle, and I'm going to win the war. I'm going to go pack my shit. We'll see. We'll see ya. Okay? That was your choice. Had I been out there, I'd be in jail, right? In the parking lot or off the stage. Which one was it going to be this time? It changes, I guess. Everything is a direct result of what you just did. You take from me, they take from you. Pull her over, pull her over, pull her over. Tons of those. Tons of them. See? So I want a list, of the pullovers to show it's excessive, that I'm a target. Because you want my driver's license in my car, and then I'll be easier to traffic. And the fucking, the city prosecutor says it's not relevant. It's not relevant? Okay. So now the judge like, well, okay, now you have to put that in a brief. Why is it not? Do you think it's not relative? Now people are going, okay, so he doesn't deny there's a list. He wants to hide the list. What? Why does he want to hide the list? He's not denying there's no list. He's saying the list isn't relevant. I disagree. But that thing is, now he's confirmed there's a list. Okay. Pull her over, pull her over, pull her over. So I just named off Jinx. Well, first I get pulled over by TPD for running a red light. We're kind of not really counting that one because I ran a red light. Second one was Jinx. The third was, there was 2 on Admiral. And then there was a tribal guy. That's 5 within a few months. Within a few weeks, actually, I think. A few months or week. About maybe 6 weeks, I want to say. Okay, there's this. I'll pull her over, pull her over, pull her over. Get her computer. Get her computer, get her computer. Get her to a shelter so I can take her computer. See? Take the car, get her to a shelter where we can take their phones and her computer and her driver's license and blame it on a homeless guy. Recorded. When you contact me, you take from me, they take from you. You take something from me, they're going to take something from you, Calvin. You take my money. Do you think it's cute when we get this? When they get that? It wasn't up to you, was it? It's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. Poking, peeping, pink panty, pathetic Perry. Even you creep your own people out if he's calling you that. Those guys in Houston, those guys, I don't know which one, I guess there's more than one, called you that because you pissed them off. Yeah, it's how embarrassing. You embarrass me. Kidnap her. Make her family coerce her. Craig, in particular, tell them they can't get her. We told her cousin Craig to go in there and talk to her. So every time they're about to arrest her, he gets all ready to go, and then they call it off. How many times have you done that to him? Talk about psychological torture. Leave my cousin alone. Leave my family the fuck alone. Leave everybody else and leave everything else the hell alone, menace. You know, why do you gotta bother everybody all the time? Don't you have a life? Boring. You're boring. And, family to help kidnap. Gotta get her to Texas. We heard she can't stay here and she can't go back to New Mexico. How'd she find out we said that? How'd she know? When you contact me, when you take from me, they take from you. Don't contact me and don't bother me. Get out of my life. Get the fuck off me, rapist. Get the fuck off me. Get the hell off me. Get the fuck off me. As much as we, our shrink is like, as much as we quote them, as much as she repeats what they just said, and we find out inside information nobody else has, it speaks to Mr. Perry's delusion that he thinks he has a choice. It's not up to him. We're getting this. They don't know who we are. They're not quoting our meetings. So why does he think he has a choice? Except that he needs to be hospitalized. He's so delusional. What is this right here? They wanted to get her on harassment, but they wanted us to pull her over all the time and give them information on her car. It became pretty clear to us pretty early on. They're the ones doing the harassing. She's not calling us. They're bothering the hell out of us. What? Matt always wants her address. And Matt's told, if she, you're doing this for personal reasons, personal use, get a PI. She'd have to. Yeah. Take her house, Calvin. This is Calvin. This is how we got Bald Fat Calvin's name. Out of this one right here. You take something from me, they're going to take something from you. Keep up. You're very slow. Keep up. It's a direct result of what you just did. Yeah. Did it working for you? Point out for me the marks on Mike that looked like he was in a fight. I said he was drugged before. See? Before. They confirmed it after. Months after. Before. After. Before. After. When you contact me and when you take my money, we get stuff like that, information like this. Mike was drugged. We get it before anybody else said it. 7 years of this, Calvin. 7 years of it, poke and peep. That's the best you can do. Sit around bothering everybody all day. Creeping everybody out, pissing everybody else, and then getting told on, and you're too stupid to realize what's happening. You're dumb. You got something wrong with you. You're not all there. Yeah, we're tired of that, Charles. We're all tired of that. Why don't you go bother your own family? Okay, so here's this right here. That David thinks I psychically willed to me in jail. Is that how it happened, Charles? You're such a genius, I'll tell you. All right, I'm tired. We're all tired of this, guys. The more you bother me, the more broke I am, the more we get. That's the direct result of what you're doing. You take from me, they take from you. Is it work? How's it working for you? Leave me the fuck alone. Go do something else. Get off your asses and go work and shit. And leave everybody and leave everything the fuck alone. As much as we quote you, it's delusion that you think you have a choice. Charles menaces me and pesters me all damn day. And so we get more. You take my money, we get more. You peep on me, we get more. Because he said, our privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You don't contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, creepy Checky. Or we get more. Don't contact her directly or indirectly. Or we're going to get more. Because we get to work. We're going to wrap this up and you're gone. When you're in jail, we're using all the stuff we're getting to put you in jail, Charles. Stupid. So, when you're in jail, no more. It's over. No more bothering. No more pestering. No more menacing. No more taking my money. And he says she's not to be broke again. And if you don't do it, I'll do it for you. Watch this. So for us to quote you as much as we quote you, for you to think you have choice, our shrink thinks you need to be hospitalized. 7 years. If 7 years he thinks he has a choice, doesn't get any more delusional than that. He needs to be sedated because he can't control himself. It's embarrassing.